Is your business currently running on a prayer and a dozen open Chrome tabs? You're paying for tools and services and software that you never even utilized or touched in the past 6 months? Well, today I'm going to be giving you 3 of the best stacks that I can come up with that I use myself to not only save you money, but at the same time get results out of your business and everything that you're doing right now for your service. So, getting straight into it, an honorable mention that I've been using right now personally myself to, again, save time, save money, and get great results is combining the Google Workspace stack along with N8N. Now, I've been a really big supporter and fan of Gemini lately. Using the AI Studio has been amazing, right? Again, I'm not going to give this stack because, again, it does require more in-depth work. If you don't understand N8N, if you don't understand JSON logic, if you don't understand building workflows out, this entire stack might not be as effective as it is for me, for you. So, honorable mention though, if you do want to take the challenge, figure it out, highly recommend it. You can connect your Gmail, your Google Docs, your Sheets, everything that you have going on in Google, all the apps and tools, connecting your N8N to create an environment is highly recommended, honorable mention. Now, getting into stack number 1, the just getting started bootstrapper stack. Now, this one is almost entirely free. The goal is to get your first client or get your second client, your third client. You really have to start. You have a business going, but you need to bring a stronger identity to your online presence. So because of that, we're going to go ahead and do a landing page or website with car.io. Now, this is a simple one-page site to give yourself a online business card, pretty much, right? If you don't have a bunch of content on social media, YouTube, whatever, you need something to give a face to your online self identity, right? So pretty simple, drag and drop. You can build a landing page, portfolio, whatever you need for free. There's some free templates. Just replace it with the images, the text, and all that. So it works great. For a client booking, if you don't use it already, Calendly. Free plan, you get about an hour or so free per meeting. Works super good. If it doesn't work for you, you can just start up a new meeting. I should say again, the Google Workspace stack with N8N, you do get Google Meets depending on the tier you have. But again, this is really good. I won't go too much into it, but honorable mention again. I highly recommend that one if you have about $40 to $50 to spend and you have the time, if you don't already understand N8N. But as far as a client management, a CRM, I would recommend Google Sheet. I heard Twilio was pretty good. I have been recommended to use Twilio a few times, especially at the start. But I'm leaning more heavy on the Google side of things, simply because I like what they're doing right now. I'm a big believer. This isn't paid advertising, unfortunately. They should, but no. So again, you can easily set up a Google Sheet to be your CRM, as far as having multiple sheets inside of one file. That makes sense. So you can have one sheet be your contacts, name, email, phone number, address, social media. The second sheet is stage of each client. This person, they're currently in the stage of onboarding, they're getting closed, they're still lead, whatever. Super easy to set up. Takes about 30 minutes to get all that situated. Service and delivery. Now, again, you could use Trello. Again, I highly recommend it. I haven't dived too deep into it myself, but I know for a lot of people that Trello does work pretty good. I personally use Flipgrid as far as creating a board and kind of mind mapping everything out. Me personally, it works great for that. If you're more of a visual learner like me, I would lean more towards Flipgrid. You could use Trello again, but what did I just do? I did something just now. Oh, we're good. But yeah, Flipgrid, highly recommend it. And then for communication, again, simple, free tier for Gmail or Outlook. But again, highly recommend Gmail. I'm a Google guy right now. In the invoicing, you can use Stripe or PayPal. I found that Stripe is working pretty good right now all around. You can use PayPal too, but I know that I've heard some issues with PayPal as far as getting consistent payments. I'm not too sure. Again, I personally use Stripe. A lot of people use PayPal. It comes down to your own personal preferences. But as far as being free, I know Stripe can give you everything that you need pretty much. The fees might be a little but again, that's what you gotta go. You could use Wave as well for free invoicing. I used that at the start, but now I moved over to Stripe because it's just a little bit more dynamic, especially when it comes to calling certain APIs and all that. But again, I'm thinking more of the free and automation side. If you need something just for getting the business started, I'll go Wave. I use Stripe because of the automation capabilities. And then for storage, Google Drive or Dropbox. Yeah, both have free tiers. But again, using this with the stack I mentioned earlier, super good. Then for stack 2, the growing solopreneur. This is when you're going to go from the basic free everything to attempting to scale up, meaning you're willing to spend 50 to 150 a month on websites, CRMs, and all that. So for websites, you can use Squarespace or Webflow. Actually, you know what? Or Wix. I recommend Wix as well. Wix is super easy, super cheap. The only problem with Wix is that it doesn't have native automation capabilities, at least for end-to-end. You have to use different webhooks and all that. But again, if you're not interested in having everything in your business be automated, which I recommend, then you can get away with Square or Webflow. As far as client booking goes, Calendly, it's hard to say sometimes, Calendly is great if you need a more robust booking system, if you need a better scheduling system for all of your clients, your meetings, all that. You could use Acquidity as well. Again, I lean more towards this. But again, that's my own preference. You can try both out for yourself. I believe they both have free tiers. If not, let's go with Calendly. Sorry. And then, but the paid plan, you get to remove all the branding, and allows you to collect payment for every booking that you have. So it's super good. Again, highly recommend it if you're getting to that phase. As far as CRM goes, you can use Notion, which Notion is free, but for some of the tools and options, you have to pay for. HubSpot, again, has a free tier. Good CRM, pretty basic. Tons of people use it. But if you have a $150 budget and you want to lean more towards something that's dynamic, for $97, you can easily get away with using Go High Level. It has automation built in, website builders, landing pages, booking calendars, voice agents for AI, chatbots, everything on there for only $97 a month. A little bit of pricier side if you're just starting out, but if you have that budget between $150 and $50, I recommend you invest in High Level. But then again, there is a little bit of a learning curve that comes with it. So if that's something that isn't really in your favor, want something a little bit more simpler and more customizable, Notion is the best option. If you want something in the middle, HubSpot. Then we're getting into service delivery and project management. So again, Notion or ClickUp. If you're going to use Notion for your project management or service delivery, I would recommend using Notion as a CRM as well. You might as well, it'll save you money, and then you can use more of that $150 to $50, $150 or $50 to $150 budget per month on other tools or other necessities in your business. ClickUp, I used ClickUp back when I was a software engineer, earlier in my college days. I like it. It's good to keep track of everything that's going on for your client and yourself, that we can say, okay, hey, I'm on this part right here. By this time I should be on this phase right here. Great for giving updates, progress. But you could do the same exact thing in Notion for free. depending on your need, you could get away with using Notion for the CRM and project management. I'm sure there's a bunch of templates on there that you can use. I used to use Notion a lot in the past like 2-3 years, but lately I've just been using high level because, again, the built-in automation and everything else. Communication. Slack has a free plan. I recommend Slack because, again, I'm going to push automations because there's no reason if you are a solo business owner or a small team, you aren't utilizing automation. So everything that I do is going to be centered or have automations installed into it. So because of that, Slack does automatically have native integration with N8N. So any workflow you have going on, any idea, any agent, you can use Slack to speak directly to it, receive notifications, everything. And then as far as giving update videos, for example, if I'm working on a automation project, I can easily just open up Loom, record the progress. Okay, I'm here. This is my progress so far. And with the free tier, I believe you get a free 5 minutes and then you have about 15 videos or 20 videos you can make before you have to start deleting them and removing them from their from your library. I like Loom, but I'm just not willing to pay for it because, again, I'm super cheap. I just use OBS Studio, so OBS Studio is pretty much what all these streamers, YouTubers use to record anything. There are other options, but OBS is probably the best option because it's free. You don't gotta pay for it. Most systems can run it, so highly recommend it. So with Loom, I should mention, with Loom, you can easily share the link after you made the video, and then you can tell if they open it, if they haven't opened it. OBS, you have way more creativity. It's completely free to record as long as you want. I'm using it right now, but you lose that easy shareability. You lose the ease of access to share it. But again, I'll say it one more time, if you have the Google Workspace stack, you get a built-in 4 terabytes of storage, so you can easily upload the video to a Google Drive, share them the link, be done with it, and then delete it afterward. But again, with 4 terabytes, you'll have a lot of storage to go through everything. So again, highly recommend it. If you're hovering between all of them, I say just get Slack and then use Loom at the start. But if you have a system or you want to make more content from your computer, upgrade to OBS Studio over time. And the invoicing, again, Stripe or QuickBooks. I use Stripe personally. Again, native automation capabilities. QuickBooks is also good. I don't know if they have N8N. I'm not too sure on that one. I don't remember. But Stripe is pretty good. And then if you have a budget to use more of the paid features, highly recommend Stripe. But I know QuickBooks has more of a accounting or better accounting software on it than Stripe does, if I'm not mistaken. And then if you want to get automations, you can use N8N or Make.com. If you're just getting started, N8N and Make.com are both free. But with Make.com, you have a limit of how much you can use per month. N8N, if you install it locally, it'll be completely free. And the only difference between these two is that N8N has a bigger learning curve compared to Make.com. Make.com is more user-friendly on the front end. It's more visually appealing, but N8N is a stronger platform to build automations from. So if you want to get into either one of them, I recommend just taking the extra time to learn N8N compared to Make.com, but that's completely up to you. If you start with Make.com, it'll be an easier to learn, but then when you switch to N8N, it'll be the same idea, the same process, the same logic, but a little bit more freedom, which could overwhelm you at first. It could overwhelm you at first, but it's up to you. And then last but not least, we have the AI superpowered supercharger. Last but not least, we have Stack 3. And then last but not least, we have Stack 3, the AI powered supercharger. For this one right here, is going to be heavily reliant on AI. Once you get to the point where you don't want to delegate too much to staff members, but you want to have more of it running automatically, it builds really good off of Stack 2. So once you get something like this set up and you go more into automation side, it'll be a very easy transition. So as far as content creation goes, or getting anything like drafting emails, social media, website copy, proposals, whatever, having the ChatGPT Plus or Gemini subscription, this is about $20 per month. And this one, I'm not too sure. Again, I have the workspace stack, so it comes automatically. I'm not too sure on how much it costs, but either one, I recommend getting the Plus because you have more better access to some of the higher models. And if you're going to be relying on automation more, you would probably want to use higher models with less restrictions on it. You'd want to use the higher models with less restrictions on it. Then AI meeting assistants, you can use Otter AI, which automatically joins your Zoom calls. And if I'm not mistaken, it joins your Google Meets as well. I could be wrong on that one. I gotta pay more attention to which one joins it. Again, I have the workspace stack, so something joins my meetings automatically, and honestly never paid attention to the name. I just assumed it was Otter. I could be wrong, but again, anytime you have a meeting, having someone or something join the meeting, take notes, and then afterwards you have a summary of everything. It'll give you a checklist, all that. Super great. AI powered email. Again, if you're using Gemini or the workspace stack, it'll automatically come with it. I don't really use Outlook. I know my one of my previous schools made me use it a little bit. I'm not really a fan of it. I prefer Gmail, but having Gemini in your Gmail, going over everything, giving you reviews of emails, keeping you up to date on everything that's happening, super great. If you're a business that has a lot of emails coming through daily, even if it's only like 5 to 10, being able to go through them more quickly without having to stop and read each one for 5-10 minutes, then respond to it, whatever, saves a bunch of time. The knowledge base, Notion is probably the best option as far as this goes. And then having all your notes, all of your information, data on your business, analytics, whatever, stored inside of a Notion AI. And then using the built-in AI for Notion to kind of summarize or pull that information whenever you want. I highly recommend it. What you could do also, if you're not using Notion at all, is having all of your Google Docs in a Drive folder, and then calling on an automation from n8nmic.com, whatever, to kind of retrieve that information. But Notion has, the AI will summarize anything across the entire workspace, so it's a little bit easier. And then if you need any more advanced automations for this subject or this area, click the link down below, book a free 15-minute automation call. We can go over everything you have going on right now, find all the pain points in your business, all the issues where you're spending more time than you need to, spending more money than you need to, and we can come together and figure out the best solution for not only yourself, but your team and your personal life and your business. We can talk it all out. So if you want to talk, book the link down below in the description. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, pick the one that's based off of what would help you the most right now. Don't just jump or try to jump to this, because realistically, this one right here, Stack 1, can get you more results than Stack 3 if you're efficient with it, right? Because this all costs money. So you can get away with Stack 1 for quite a bit of time. Like even once you're at the 5 to 10K range of income per month, you can still use this. And then over time, once you get a bigger team, or once you start handling more work, or you want to be more in depth with it, then you can go to Stack 2. But again, Stack 3, not everyone is ready for Stack 3. So take your time. Don't try to upgrade your business before you're ready to do so. But yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you.